All right, so Hall of Fame is where we like to highlight different pieces of gear, whether it's a game-changing piece of gear, whether it's something that has, crossed into new territory, a great invention, improvement upon an idea. We're really expanding out in this category.
Yes.
So today we are going to be highlighting, or I should say, fifth?
Ready.
The fifth inductee into the Drum Key Hall of Fame is the Meinl HCS Cymbal Pack. This is going to be so easy in our little studio to display. Very nice. The Meinl HCS Cymbal Pack. Now, what is special about this? This is a cymbal pack that is not made of bronze like you're used to seeing out there. It's made of brass.
Yes.
Right? And so up until these cymbals came out, your typical brass cymbals were the real thin, junky ones that would bend and crack and get all dinged up.
Yeah, my first cymbals were TKO Percussion. I still remember it.
Yeah, and they're real thin, punched out of brass. Don't sound too great, just designed to get you started. We talked about that a little bit on the drum.
That's right.
When we were talking about...
we call them pie plates.
We call them pie plates. They're just to get you started. Essentially what you're paying for when you get a big bundle deal that comes with everything. You're paying for the drums, you're paying for the hardware, but they just throw in some cymbals to get you started for the first 6 months. This, on the other hand, these cymbals, on the other hand, are made of brass, but they're made in such a way that they sound great and they're durable. Very similar to like a B8 bronze or something like that as far as like the construction of it, if you're familiar with that. This is the crash cymbal right here. But yeah, definitely a game changer. They took something that was there, Meinl did, and improved upon it, made it a higher quality.
And not only that, but this has been one of our best-selling cymbal packs over the past probably 10 years. It comes in at a great price. Sometimes they'll even give you an extra cymbal or what have you. But you get a 20-inch ride, you get a 16-inch pair of hats, and you get a
14-inch pair of hats.
Oh, 14-inch pair of hats. What is that? 16-inch crash. What is that?
16-inch
20-inch
crash.
ride, 16 crash, 14 hats. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I'm messing up here. But they're made in Germany. And not only do we do well with them, but they also are included with the Tama Imperial Star drum set.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of you might be familiar with seeing the Tama Imperial Star. You can typically pick out a modern day Imperial Star by the AccuTune hoops. So they're not going to have wood hoops with claws. They're going to have those plastic, essentially this plastic composite hoops that are black that the tension rods just go right through. Mm-hmm. Those kits are a great deal, but they partner with Meinl Cymbals, and that pack. No matter what kit you get, configuration you get a ride, a crash, and a pair of hats.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you get a splash thrown in there too, depending on the year.
And
so
they're sold individually, but we're talking about the pack itself, right?
We're talking about the pack.
Yeah.
The pack, the whole, because that's what you
can
need.
get an 18. You can get a splash, like you said, with this.
Yeah.
You can add on China cymbals, small
effects,
ones. Yeah, bells.
Effect stacks.
The bell,
I
think, is
great little guy.
Yeah, totally. So this is a great pack if you have budget cymbals right now, and cymbals can be so damn expensive.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I think this thing comes in under $300 maybe, and you get a ride, a crash, a pair of hats. I think it's the way to go. They sound excellent too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sound good, and the reason we're highlighting the pack too is like if you're starting out or you have another, do that.
So
it's
going to
fall.
fall. It's going to
fall. If you have those people listening are so confused. It's just me like scolding you, like, don't do it, Sean.
I think I put a couple of things up here that fell.
And they all fell.
Yep.
No, but if you're starting out and you're looking for a great sounding pack of cymbals, or you want to set up a second kit in your room, they're affordable, they sound great, and like I said, they're a game changer because up until this point they've been pretty laughable, but just to get you started.
Right.
That's the concept.
For sure.
Start there and move on up as we do. We love cymbals. You and I love cymbals.
Yeah.
You even said last podcast that you love them more than drums.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
know I do.
I can totally see it. We just get so excited when we get new cymbals.
Right.
There's something about that. I mean, new drums are obviously one thing, but there's just a whole different feeling.
Yeah, and I always, when I'm talking about cymbals and such, if I went to a rehearsal spot and they provided the gear for me, if I walked in and they had a set of HCS cymbals there, I would be fine with that. I'm like, cool.
Yep.
Fine.
You're not loading your cymbals in.
If I'm not loading my cymbals in and these cymbals were there waiting for me,
yep,
I would be totally fine. I wouldn't for rehearsal. I mean, if you're doing some recordings, you want some, high grade quality cymbals. But these things play well.
You rock
They're
them.
very effective. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, let's move on to quick question.